San Francisco, and we are a conversational analytics company, and we are giving our conversational analytics to all conversational products. I can, at the first place, start with that. Today, I'll talk about some analytics and use cases, and some of our product side as well. We are supporting all messaging platforms like Google Home, Amazon Alexa, Telegram, WeChat, Line, Twilio, and you can connect your bots in a really easy way and get all the analytics reports, especially conversational analytics report, in an instant way. And we are a startup as well, and till today we raised $1.5 million and our office in San Francisco, and till today we reached 30 billion messages, and we are supporting more than 15,000 chatbots in the world. Yeah, this is the basic info about the company. I'm sitting here. Yeah, I'm also talking about Conversational Analytics 101 and most of our cases, because we are supporting more than 15,000 chatbots, but we are also giving our solution as on-prem to insurance companies, banking companies, telcos, and I will share some insights on there and their use cases on the analytics side. Let's start with the conversational commerce. In Wikipedia it says it's e-commerce via various means of conversations, the web conversations, chatbot conversations, live agent conversations. It's all mix of conversations and conversational commerce. And in the base, we are analyzing this conversational commerce. And let's get a Seymour Bank example. I just give a name, and you just opening a new checking account of Seymour Bank, and you're reaching out for the user experience. In a typical case, you'll get an email and click a link and wait for the website to load and fill out your information, then submit your answer. It's too low, right? But in a chatbot case, it's pretty simple. You just open your message and type your reply. It's that simple. And what we see in most of the cases in insurance, in telcos, in banks, most of the chatbot cases are kind of FAQ chatbots. So this is kind of an FAQ chatbot. Until today, in 2 to 3 years, what we saw is the FAQ chatbots are pretty successful. Are you using any FAQ chatbots for banking experience till today? Yeah. Okay. Could you just give some detail how you use it in a daily basis or weekly basis? Or
can you repeat the first half of the question?
Did you use any FAQ chatbot on your banking experience?
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what? Okay, let's move. And in this Seymour Bank example, the phrases and intents are pretty much this kind of way. I want to save money, check my balance, pay, loan options. And the red one is not handled intent, so the bot doesn't understand this kind of thing, and it redirects to the need help or agent or live agent. And analytics come in this point. So you need to find your bottleneck points. If your bot doesn't understand some kind of things, you need to get it there, and you need to iterate your conversation flows. This is another example. It's an automotive side. Ask Mercedes. Some of the voice chatbots are coming to the cars, like BMW, Ask Mercedes, and you need to talk with your chatbot and just call my mother or get a direction to this restaurant, this kind of things. And you need to find your conversation paths. This kind of example, I will show this in here. For example, conversation starts, and these are your intents. You already defined your intents on your chatbot, and 19% of your questions or like conversations relate to the get weather, and then call to someone, navigate me, and need an hotel. And for the navigate me, after conversation starts with navigate me, it continues with hunger, get someone, go to a place, and not handled intents. So in the analytics side, you have to know those not handled intents to iterate your conversation flow to the best level, because there's 9% of your use cases is getting stuck in there. So this is a pretty good example how you can see your bottlenecks in the analytics side. I will also show it in the product as well. And also you can define your event triggers as well. So if there's an urgent thing, or you can also define your get weather or adjust seat heating. And you can see how many times those event triggers happen in the conversation flow in a specific time period. And if you see there's some thing in here is getting increased, the red one, what's the red one? It's the urgent one. So you can easily click on it and see the user transcripts and bot transcripts. You can see what's going on there, and you can easily trace your chatbot experience. And these are extensive filtering sites. I will show them in our product site. It's much more great. Yeah, and it's another thing. Most of the chatbot cases, they may not understand you well. For example, customers want to learn more about their recently purchased car, but the bot understands buy a new car. And it continues with that intent, and then your customers' exit rate increases. So this is the real basic and real-time example what we see till today. And to see that, you need to put a lot of filters. I will show how you can use those filters on your conversations. Another thing is building your audience. So you have a goal, you build your chatbot for your banking experience or insurance example, and you need to set a conversation goal. So it can be purchase an item, it can be like get a loan, I don't know, but you have to set up a conversation goal. And after that, you track how many of your users reach that goal, and you can analyze all your audience builder users, and then you need to export that, and you need to make custom audience. You can put them in custom audience on Facebook to retarget them, or Google Ads, and to make your users retain again, and you can track your retention as well. Because in the chatbot case, the churn rate is pretty high if you compare to the mobile apps or another thing. The churn rate is pretty high, and because of that, you need to build your audience in many times and track them and retain them. I will show the product side and how we will do this, and I will get your questions. Till they
no free, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is one of, you can come to the Botanalytics and you can click the tour. And you can come to one of the Botanalytics demos in here. Yeah, this is the dashboard, and in the left part of the site, you can reach out to conversations, users, and engagement side. What I already gave an example about the conversation paths is this feature. While you're tracking all your conversation paths, this is a banking example. And these are the yellow ones are the intents, and the red ones are not handled intents. So we are at Botanalytics, we're getting all your intents and all your conversations in here. And I'm opening all those conversation paths for you. And I'm opening their transcripts as well. Yeah. For example, this is a specific example of a banking bot in a specific time range. The session starts, and 13% of your people conversations start with get a loan, and after that other loans continues, and individual loans and vehicle or mortgage, and some of them not handled intents. So in here as well, your bot doesn't understand some kind of things, and it redirects to the help or support or agent. You can easily see it, and you see if there's a bottleneck point, if this ratio 0.3 is increasing, then you can click on it and see what's going on here. Yeah. You can see you can see the transcripts and user transcript and bot transcript. You can see them easily. And what I already give an example on the filtering side, I think is pretty important for most of the time for travel bots. You need to put some insight about the user in a very well way. For example, in the conversation insight side, you can set up some filters. For example, people located in San Francisco and having an English language, and as a user active to talk yesterday, and for those people having total conversations 10, you can list those conversations. You can apply, and you can list all those conversations, and you can click one of those, and you can see the conversation details. You can also see the previous conversation details of that specific user. And if there's a bottleneck one, just find it and then iterate your conversation flow. This is the ultimate way. You need to do that. You need to do that in a weekly basis, 2 week, 3 week, I don't know, but you need to do that. And this filtering side is really important. And I already gave the example on the audience builder. I can show it as well. Most of the companies using this at Botanalytics. For example, people say Botanalytics rocks. You can list those users. Also, you can put intents in here, phrases, words, it doesn't matter. And you can export those user audience lists, and you can put them to the Facebook custom audience or Google retargeting. You can to make them retain. And also, another example that I gave on the segmentation, you can define your phrases as an event trigger, like thanks for ordering or what's your mobile phone number, or you can list your intents in here and see how many times does it happen in a specific time period. You can easily see. There are a lot of features at Botanalytics, but I just want to cover the use cases that we have and how it's applicable with Botanalytics. Yeah, this is it. Any questions?
How does it track actually? Do you need some code to be included into the bots or anything?
Yeah, we are supporting a lot of messaging platforms, and we have just Koksal. We have a lot of like in Java or Python. We support it. If you have a Facebook Messenger bot as well, you can click on it in a just one-click way and connect your bot to the Botanalytics. It's pretty easy. Yeah,
with the ability to retarget users, is there a way of saving this person doesn't want third-party reused data?
Yeah, if you send or specify that user in our platform, you don't send it. So, but our solution is in two ways. One is software as a service, and one is on-prem. For on-prem, we can make some customizations, but on the SaaS version, we don't make customizations. So if you want to use the SaaS side, it's not possible.
Same line of questioning. So obviously, this is a SaaS business, SAS, but you talked a lot about bottlenecks. So do you do anything to provide fixes for obvious bottlenecks? Because as a CEO, I don't want to play around with a bottleneck that I don't know how to fix.
Yeah, we don't fix. Actually, the bottleneck is just a reporting and analytics tool. So we don't fix. We just show you, and you need to iterate your flow.
Well, what's the kind of main differentiator to Chatbots?
You can set up an on-prem because Chatbots is in Google. So as an enterprise, if you run on IBM, run on AWS or Azure, or your own on-prem, we can set it up because we are cloud agnostic. Yeah.
What about voice bot? Are you making?
Yeah, we have
speech analytics.
we have a lot of voice bots as well. We are main analytics partner of Amazon Alexa, and we have a lot of Amazon Alexa bots. And if you have Google Actions or Amazon Alexa skills, then you can easily connect to Botanalytics and track your users or conversations.
How do you manage data privacy? For example, if you've got bots for banks,
yeah,
there are some sensitive data that
on SaaS version we are GDPR compliant, but for banks or insurance companies we are setting up on-prem, so data is in their side, so it's not mostly our problem. Yeah.
typically any sentiment analysis built in?
Yeah.
Sorry if you've already covered that, it's a bit hard to
Yeah,
hear.
there are a lot of features, but I don't grab all those features.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.